video. Today we're headed off to Elmley Nature Reserve, one of my favourites also, alongside Thursley Common. And today there's no particular plan really, we're just going to go over and see what wildlife we can get. The last few times we've been there, we've managed to get a little owl, a western yellow wagtail, lots of oyster catchers, reeded buntings, bearded tits, or little egrets, what else? Buzzards. So yeah, we're going to see what we can get today, and we're just on our way, so we got about an hour's drive, and yeah, I'll bring you along and I'll see you shortly. I hope you enjoy. The other species I forgot to mention that I came across on my last Elmley Nature Reserve visit was the western marsh harrier, and I'll load up the shot that I took the last time I was here, where you can see the marsh harrier carrying nesting materials, grasses, reeds, twigs to build its nest, and yeah, it was a great sight, and I hope that on our drive into the reserve that we can maybe get a few more. There was also quite a lot of lapwings, and just so many other species that I'm probably forgetting. So far so good. I mean, I think we've spotted two marsh harriers in the distance, although I can't be certain because they are quite far away, but just by the silhouette and the style of flying, it looks like it could be marsh harriers, and there were two of them, so I'll share that footage on screen now. Quite a few starlings all around the cows here, so I might grab a few pictures until Gandalf the cow can let us through. So you're not going to believe this, Gandalf the cow let us through, and then right to our right hand side landed a marsh harrier, and it was so close, so close. And then we had a delivery truck drive by, and it kind of scared it off. I'm just driving as slow as I possibly can to try and get as close as possible, and hopefully it will stay, and we'll get a nice shot and some video. So unfortunately, as I took up my camera, the marsh harrier just flew away. So we got a video. It's probably not the best of focus, and also just a disclaimer, I'm using the Sigma 150 to 600 mil with a RF adapter on my Canon R6, and for quite some time now I've had quite a lot of issues with focusing. You can just see the autofocus sensor just tracks back and forth without actually locking onto anything, and I really do struggle sometimes. So hopefully that doesn't put you off my content, and I am looking to upgrade my lens very soon, and I'm hoping to get the Canon 200 to 800 RF lens, but it might be, I don't know, another 5 to 6 months before I can afford that. It's a very, very expensive hobby, as all of you probably know. So yeah, I'll try and capture what I can, and I'll share the best photos and videos that I captured today. So I've just checked some of the pictures that I've taken of what I thought was the marsh harrier. Obviously quite a lot of them are already soft, and I think we're going to have a bit of heat haze today. It's quite sunny, But I think I might have been wrong. I don't think it was a marsh harrier. I think it's a buzzard. So I'll double check, and when I edit the video, I'll obviously just correct myself. So the first place we're going to try is the little schoolhouse for the little owl, and hopefully he's there. This time it's usually in this little spot here. So we're just headed over to the other side of the nature reserve, and these are the recent wildlife sightings. Quite a few species there. Hopefully we get a few decent shots of those. If you've never been to Elmley Nature Reserve, this is the car park, and then just behind here is the toilets. There's a defibrillator right there, and then there's other toilets just behind the main venue, just on that side. And yeah, we are gonna head out now. Just thought I would record the amount of heat haze that's being casted. I'm not sure if you can see the shimmer of light just above the water surfaces. So I've just come across a looks like a kestrel on a fence post, sitting very, very still. You can just see that heat haze in the background just by the tree. Yeah, I've taken a picture, but it's not coming out very sharp, so I thought I'll just record the video. far out from these ring plovers, and there's two other species among them. I'm not sure if they're sandpipers or willets. They've got a yellow, like a white underbelly. And very long bills compared to the ring plovers. So I've been on eBird to have a look and try and identify the other two birds next to the common ring plovers, and I think it might be a green sandpiper. So, also the first time I've seen those up close. Well, they're not exactly close, they're probably about 30-40 meters away, so I can't get any great pictures, but I've recorded some footage of them next to the ring plovers. So the common ring plovers, their numbers dipped quite heavily in the 80s due to habitat loss, but reserves like Elmley have helped protect breeding grounds. Their eggs are like, they look like pebbles or small stones, and perfectly camouflage against the gravel and the sand, and you wouldn't even know that they're there. Quite beautiful birds, aren't they? The pied avocet, elegant waders with striking black and white plumage and an upturned bill, perfectly adapted for sweeping through shallow waters to catch tiny invertebrates. Once extinct in Britain, they are now a powerful symbol of conservation success. The lapwings, known for their shimmering green and purple sheen and tumbling flight displays. Their distinctive calls gives them their nickname, and their ground nesters that fiercely protect their young. So we're just coming up to the South Fleet Hide, which I've been to before, and the one that I've never been to is the Spit End Hide, which we're going to try and get to today. This last hide is really far. I've been walking for over half an hour and I'm still not there. I can't even see the hide from here, so, and I've never been here before, so I'm not really sure what to expect, and I've probably walked all this way for nothing at all. The second to last hide, I forgot the name of it now, that was probably the quietest. There was literally one shell duck, no, two shell ducks, and that was about it. So I'm going to quickly get to this one, see what kind of wildlife we've got there, and then it's almost 5 o'clock. The nature reserve closes at 6 today. It's on a Sunday, so I've got to start making my way back to the car, because ideally I would like to go back to the old schoolhouse, just to see if the little owl is there, and hopefully we catch a barn owl or something magnificent on the way back. So yeah, fingers crossed. That was a very, very long walk. Let's hope it's worth it. So you might have noticed when I climbed into that last hide, my lens hood is missing. Ever since I dropped with my lens a few years ago at Virginia Waters, the front clips on the hood broke off, and it still secures on, but just today I've lost it about 5 or 6 times, so I might have to think about buying a replacement. Although £40 for a lens hood is a bit much, so I don't know. For a while now I've wanted to switch to the RF 200 to 800, so I might just make do with what I've got and then just wait until then. And I found it, here we go. So the plan, obviously I'm headed back to the car. The plan was to go back to the old schoolhouse to see if I can find the little owl. Unfortunately it's 5:30 and the reserve closes at 6, and I think by the time I get to my car it'll probably be 6, so I might have to head out straight away. But yeah, we'll see. So we've had to cut our visit short at Elmley. We'll have to come back another day. Unfortunately, because I wanted to get to the very last hide, which I never had the chance to get to before, it really added a lot of time onto my visit. So I think it took me about 2 hours to get there and all the way back to the car. By that time, the nature reserve has closed. It's 6:17, and I'm just driving out now. So yeah, but it was still a great visit. We saw quite a lot of a lot of wildlife. I'll probably list them all on the screen now because I'll probably forget. There was quite a lot. It wasn't as active as my last visit, which was last year around April, May. I mean, I seem to remember having seen oyster catchers absolutely everywhere, and grey lag gooses, and just lots and lots of other wildlife, lapwings, marsh harriers, and this time the only thing, I mean, you know, of note was obviously the buzzard. I think I saw a marsh harrier in the distance, and I think I can see one now actually. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and a comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content and you would like to see some more. And I'll see you on the next one.